We are now in March, which in the world of WWE means one thing: WrestleMania. I'm really looking forward to WrestleMania this year. It's got the potential to be the biggest WrestleMania that I've seen personally, in my opinion. Um, there's a lot of build-up, obviously, for The Rock and Cena, and over the past couple of weeks we've had some big build-up of some other matches as well. And I just wanted to talk about the build-up and the whole road to WrestleMania and what things I'm looking forward to, and how I think it's going to develop into possibly the best WrestleMania of recent years. So I'll cut straight to the chase with the Rock and Cena, with the whole hype of it. We've had a year now since the Raw after the WrestleMania 27. It's been announced that the match is going to happen at 28. So we've had a whole year of build-up, and it started off quite good. You had the rivalry between Cena and The Rock, the weekly battles they were having, and then it slowed right down. We didn't hear anything from The Rock while he went and filmed a couple of films. He was out doing a couple of films, and then Cena had his own storylines. He had a couple of feuds. I think he had one with Dolph Ziggler, and then recently he's had one with Kane. So now that that's out of the way and we're now into March, obviously WrestleMania is only 4 weeks away. So now he is firmly onto The Rock. The Rock's come back on the most recent Raw we've had, and I think The Rock's going to be on it on a weekly basis up until WrestleMania. I think he's announced that he's on it until the WrestleMania after Raw, so he's going to be on it. I'm sorry, the Raw after WrestleMania, I should say. Yeah, he's going to be on it after WrestleMania, so that'll be exciting to see. I grew up watching The Rock, and I never ever thought I'd see him when he left and he was in full flow making his films. I never did think I'd see him in the ring again, like competing, but I'm so happy it is. I know there's a lot of people worrying if he's not gonna have it anymore, but I definitely think he's got it. If you watch Survivor Series, you can see, I know that the match wasn't too long, but The Rock has still got his in-ring ability. I reckon he's got the potential to put on a great match with John Cena, and I'm really excited to see it. I'll leave my predictions for all the matches until closer to WrestleMania. Once we've got a whole month of Raw yet, so we'll see what happens, and then once we've got the full lineup of WrestleMania, I'll give you my predictions. But it's getting built up really great. You've got really good promos by The Rock and John Cena. It's getting really heated, and I'm really excited to see it. So away from The Rock and Cena as well, we've also got Triple H and The Undertaker. So obviously that's a renewed rivalry from last year's WrestleMania. Obviously Shawn Michaels had 2 goes against the streak, and now Triple H has got 2 goes against the streak. And it's been announced that it's going to be in a Hell in a Cell match, which is really exciting because it's a rarity nowadays that you see Hell in a Cell matches, obviously apart from the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. To see The Undertaker back in one's really exciting because he's had some iconic moments in there. Obviously things like Mankind when he chucks him off the top, and also Triple H has been in some iconic matches as well in the Cell. So it'll be good to see them in there. Obviously every year you have your people debating whether the streak is going to actually end. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to end, but like I said, I'll leave my predictions for it closer to the time. But it's not unusual that you get all these fans on the forums and that saying this is definitely the year the streak is going to end. But we'll see. Undertaker's taken a bit of a turn lately. He's not, my cat's in the video again. He's not like in his usual dead man mode like he usually is. He's got a bit more freedom about him this time. You see him on the mic and he's not talking in his down dead mode voice and his really dated, like I'm a monster gimmick. He's talking like he's an actual person, like a real human now, which is good. I'd love to see him come back as the American Badass with his motorbike and his dead man walking music. That was really iconic. Just to hear him come out like that is just really exciting. I'd love to see him come out on his motorbike again, but I think I've settled for it that he's not going to. But any chance to see Taker in the ring again, and I'm excited. I don't mind that it's against Triple H again, because Triple H, he's a great wrestler, and like they always keep talking, those two are the last of their breed. They've been all through the Attitude Era and before. So yeah, it'd be great to see them battle it out in the Cell again. Apart from that match as well, you've got some good matches being And now I think it was on the most recent SmackDown, Cody Rhodes and Big Show have had a match announced, but there's not been much build up for that, so I'll save that for my predictions video when I talk about that more. But it'd be good to see Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. It could be it's his second straight WrestleMania, and I'd like to see him win again because he's got a bright star, that kid, I reckon. I think he's got a really good future. He's had the Intercontinental title now for a really long time, so I'd like to see him go up in WrestleMania and just do well for himself, because I think he's got a great future, and it'll be really good to see him develop. Also, you've got the other people like Dolph Ziggler, The Miz. They're all building up, and I think they've all got big futures ahead of them. So I'm really excited to see what develops over the coming weeks in Raw. What other matches? Obviously Sheamus, he won the Money in the Bank match, so he's going after Daniel Bryan for the World Heavyweight title. That's another good thing that I'm liking, is Sheamus' big push he's had, and obviously when he first came he got the WWE title straight away, but I don't know if that was the right choice because he wasn't over with the fans as much. People just looked at him and they kind of thought he would be a bit of a failure, but they've listened and they've taken him off Raw, put him on SmackDown, turned him to face, and they've propelled him to the top face on SmackDown at the moment, which is really good for his career. So it'll be good. He's really earned it, I think, if he goes up for WrestleMania, and he's going to be on the title match with Daniel Bryan. So that'll be good to see. So yeah, we'll see what happens over the next coming weeks. We've got a few weeks yet till WrestleMania, and obviously that means a lot of new things can happen. But yeah, drop your thoughts down in the comments on what you think's going to happen in the build up to WrestleMania, and what potential things you can see happening in the next coming weeks. So really excited to see it. Stick around on this channel if you want to see more videos like this, and I'd really appreciate it if you just give it a like or a comment. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.